I might have to increase her rating from giving her the D to perhaps giving her a C.
But they sent me the panels and stuff and nothing really looked crazy. So next I was like, okay, so this is probably psychological.
I may even have to rate her up to a B at this point. I love people who are open, honest, and transparent. And so unless there's something that we are not aware of, how could she be complaining when so many people, 99% of the world, would wish and dream they could become a lean beef? Coach Greg, and it's not looking good for LeanBeefPatty. I stopped working out and it wasn't a bad thing. I don't know what she's going through, but disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't want people to watch this video and suddenly no longer be with us. And so, what can we learn from LeanBeefPatty?
A little over a month ago, I did something I never expected to do. I stopped working out.
Why would you stop working out for a month? I mean, I'm recording a video on the worst influencers and she's giving the D. Why are we convincing people to stop going to the gym? If you're going through some kind of problem, mental health, physical, whatever it could be, the one thing you shouldn't stop is going to the gym, right, babe? The gym is your anchor. It's what keeps you present. It keeps you alive. It's the one thing that you can count on when bro cheats on you, when your girlfriend dumps you, you still got the gym. Whatever you put in, you get out. And so if you decide not to put anything, you're not going to get anything out. And so your fans, your followers, they can turn on you. Bro from Bangladesh can say mean things. But when you go to the gym, you either lift a weight or you do not. You either do the cardio or you don't. And so if you choose the don't, then that says a lot about you.
My muscles just didn't work. If you know what muscle-mind connection is, or if you've ever felt a pump in a specific muscle, if that makes sense, those things were not happening.
Said every person ever to stop taking performance-enhancing drugs. If you're taking SARMs, steroids, peptides, and you suddenly stop those things, what do you think happens to the pump in your arms? To the strength on your bench press? To the energy you feel in the gym? Exactly what LeanBeefPatty is describing. And so here's the lesson, kids. Don't take steroids in the first place. Take Turk Builder Max instead. And so rewatch those 8 seconds with the thought process that she hopped off.
I am feeling so particularly terrible. I decided I need to go get professional help because I'm truly suffering.
And so because she couldn't get a really big pump, she was losing strength, she decided to go get medical intervention. Go to the doctor, perhaps get some blood work. Remember, if you're interested in getting your blood work, you can go to AlgoRx. Perhaps your testosterone levels are down. Perhaps you need enclomiphene. Perhaps you need HRT. And this can actually happen. Also, we have Julian Struggle, 6'3", 260 pounds, suffering from mono. He had very similar feelings to this. He didn't feel good. Things were feeling off. Perhaps she's simply suffering from mono. It could, in fact, be the case. And so, listen, I do want to have a serious part of the video. If you do feel like you're lacking energy, you're feeling off, you're feeling sick, and it isn't because you hopped off, then you absolutely should go to the doctor. And that she did. And so props to her for taking care of her health.
I got my blood drawn and I'm still waiting to actually meet with the doctor to go over the results.
Excellent. Amazing. Happy to see LeanBeefPatty being proactive with her health. I might have to increase her rating from giving her the D to perhaps giving her a C. Yeah, it could have been worse. Frankly, overall, I'm not really a fan of the fart and sounds and the messages that she's doing, but she's not that bad.
But they sent me the panels and stuff and nothing really looked crazy. So next I was like, okay, so this is probably psychological.
I may even have to rate her up to a B at this point. I love people who are open, honest, and transparent. And so for her to come out here and say, look, there was nothing wrong with me. It's all in my head. You got to give her props for that. I mean, she didn't have to make this video. She didn't have to say that she's had some form of a mental problem. Depending on what you're going through, perhaps you're being stressed, you're depressed, your loved one breaks up with you, perhaps somebody you know is not feeling healthy, they got cancer, who knows? That can affect you, can increase your cortisol levels. So somebody lost her baby, she was giving an antidepressant, and suddenly life was so good. Only thing is, are you really happy? Or is that the drugs making you feel like you're happy? And in this world, oftentimes, people are going to go through some tough shit, whether it's breakups, whether it's your health, mental health, whatever. And the doctors, they then prescribe you these antidepressants, of which many of you don't actually need. Maybe it's because your testosterone levels are too low. You're not eating enough, you're obese, you don't go to bed on time, you're stressed. Whole host of reasons can lead to these lower levels of testosterone. And so the doctors then prescribed you said medications when all you needed was to increase your testosterone, either through diet, exercise, sleep, decrease in stress, or maybe, just maybe, enclomiphene or HRT. Now, I'm not a medical doctor. I can't tell you what to do or to not do, but you can in fact go to Algorex. You can get your blood work drawn and doctors can prescribe you whatever it is that you need. If you need GLPs to perhaps help you to lose some weight, perhaps you can't get harder than last time, and that's causing some depression. Please go get medical help if you need. Code Greg for 10% off.
Which kind of sucks, but I've had psychological experiences. Whatever, we all got our battles, so.
I like how she phrases it as psychological experiences. Reminds me of Cali Muscle. He had a cardiac experience. He didn't call it a cardiac arrest or a cardiac event. He called it an experience.
I've had that in the past, but this was just kind of different.
And so apparently this has happened to her before. We don't need to talk about her past. I think it had something to do with eating. Okay. Perhaps she had an ED, I'm assuming. But remember, people are going to be mad at me for making this video, but I've already wrote a disclaimer at the start saying this is for entertainment purposes only, and I'm doing so in an entertaining fashion in order to help you. So you're both entertained and you can also get help at the same time. If I just say in a serious voice, oh, no one's watching that video, and so I have to kind of get you in the door and teach you about mental health and physical fitness all at the same time. Did you know I was doing that? You know me quite well, though. Yeah. Other people, they just think I'm a snake oil salesman because I promote the Turk. Because there's some kind of a catabolic twig that lies repeatedly in videos and makes it look like somehow I'm a snake oil salesman when I'm in fact the only one who is not. I can say this and say for certain that it's not snake oil because I've had all the testing done. I've spent the thousands of dollars with chain of custody proving that nothing that I'm saying is a lie, so that if anyone ever brings me in court, I am guaranteed to win. I've got the lawyers, I've got the chain of custody, I've got the tests. And so when you buy a Juga Turkistanica, which has a money-back guarantee and a $50 gift card, I can promise you, I can swear to you, put my hand on the Bible that I'm not selling snake oil. And so if you're interested, of course, purchase the product. And if you don't want, I don't care. I've already got enough money to buy 10 times over what I've already bought.
Phase 1. The reset. This part of the plan was meant to be days 1 through 4. It ended up being like a full week at least because right now there's some bad flu going around.
If you combine not feeling so good, having an emotional experience, perhaps you're depressed, combine that with getting very, very ill, sick, perhaps you even got that C word, a cold. That's going to make your lifts go down. Babe, how often do I get sick?
Every 2 months or so.
Pneumonia, bronchitis. I'm in the hospital. I'm in Dubai, going to hospitals. I can barely walk. Collapsed lung. I have asthma from when I'm a kid. How many days off have you seen me take from the gym?
Maybe only like one day when you're actually at the hospital. Other than that.
Yeah, like hospital day.
Yeah, hospital day.
I'll take the day off. When I get really sick with pneumonia, I have to lower my intensity in the gym. Yeah. Remember on the cruise ship when I had pneumonia? Guys, it's hard for me to not go to the gym. And so I wouldn't advise you to just take a month off. Oh, it's just a month. A month turns into a year and a lifetime. That's how it all starts. Those are famous last words. I'm just going to take a month off and I'll get back to it later. Once this stuff is all over, it's a bad idea. Stay hard.
Mr. Scott, stay hard, brother!
I'm more in line with David Goggins. You may be the sympathetic kind. No. Body positivity, mental health positivity, whatever positivity. Whatever you want, do you. I think it's better to not go all mental health and all that shit. Now, if you edit out that little clip, you might think I'm a bad person. But what I'm saying is, for the benefit of your mental health, you need to keep the physical health at bay. You need to be active. If you suddenly take out the physical, the mental goes with it as well. And so I think you need to do both. You can work on your mental and your physical at the same time. They are all conjoined, like twins stuck at the head. As Mepsigram is saying, you don't just do one without the other. You structure it within your day. I'm still going to go to the gym. I'm still going to dedicate this hour. Perhaps it's going to be half-assed. Perhaps it's a deload. I'm going to still try, but I'm not just giving up. Just because you're not setting PRs in the gym, because you're not training harder than last time, because you're not getting a bigger pump than ever before, doesn't mean it's time to give up. If that were the case, everyone on performance-enhancing drugs, when they stop, then none of them will be going to the gym, because trust me, you're not gaining muscle size and strength as soon as you hop off.
What would our journey to healing be without reconnecting with nature? It just feels like extra levels of healing.
Guys, you have to dress how you feel. If you dress like a slob, if you dress in XXX clothing from your Shaquille O'Neal's leftover hand-me-downs and you go to the gym, how often do we see women saying, no, I dress with those revealing outfits at the gym, full-on makeup and so on, because I need to look in the mirror and see a good-looking person in order to train harder. And so if you dress like a slob, you feel like a slob, you perpetuate the slobbiness. You get it. Dress like the person that you want to become. All the kids want to become a Coach Greg.
They're going to wear stringers to be.
They're all wearing, all the kids in the world are going to now dress up in stringers. They all want to become a Coach Greg.
The sun's kind of bright though, so I could get the triple decker healing, but I don't feel like doing that, and it's so sunny.
So sunny, I'm going to wear a jacket. And so in the next episode, she takes a visit to the North Pole and she poses in a bikini in the snow. I mean, why would she do that? It's a sunny day. Perhaps wear some revealing clothes. This is the one time that you could do so. You know, she wears as revealing clothes as last time when she's in the gym. But when the sun is shining down on you, you're absorbing vitamin C, vitamin D. What are the vitamins you're absorbing in the sun? She's getting the D from the sun, and so she's avoiding the D. The solution is LeanBeefPatty needs to get more of the D.
The walks were actually not bad, but not easy.
Another day, another walk. Oh my goodness.
Was it not easy because you're covered from head to toe with triple extra large and it's causing you to sweat and you're not feeling good? And by the way, should a walk feel easy? Zone 2 cardio, 150 minutes a week. For LeanBeefPatty, who's fitter than last time, walking is zone 1. And so she does in fact need to pick up the pace in order to get those cardiovascular benefits. And so it shouldn't feel totally easy. There should be some sort of effort, but with that effort, you feel the rewards. For example, the 103.7 kilometer bike ride I did yesterday that I did in 2 hours and 33 minutes and 53 seconds, give or take a few seconds, that was easy, but it was kind of hard at the same time. It was harder than last time. And so for the rest of the day, my legs are kind of sore. I felt like I'd worked out. And so although it was kind of easy, I'd only burned off 1,930 calories during that ride, it was still an effort. And so with effort, it comes a reward. If I had just said, oh, I'll just spin at, 70 watts, what would be the point? I mean, it would be better than nothing, but would it be worth doing? It's up for debate.
No dieting. I just ate what I wanted to eat. This meant my meals should just be balanced with the macronutrients. So I didn't track it. I tried to just really relax.
Yeah, you can use all those apps. They're good. They can help you with tracking calories. But once you know how many calories in the foods that you're eating, you just eat. If you're fat, you eat less. If you're too skinny, you eat more. If you're ideal, if you're perfect, like Coach Greg, like Mepsigram, you just eat whatever comes to you. Now, in looking at LeanBeefPatty, literally, her name says lean. She doesn't need to worry or stress about all the foods that she eats. You think she needs to track, oh, I was 632 calories for breakfast and 472 for my lunch. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter!
Not trying to restrict in any way. I tried to keep it balanced, but I didn't track it because I was like, oh, maybe something's going on in my mind. I'm just like overly stressed.
Overly stressed about what? So I get it. There very well could be something that we're not aware of. Perhaps she was diagnosed with something. Perhaps her friend was her mom. We don't know. And so I don't want to be insensitive to that, but I also want to tell you this. Comparison, it can be the teeth, but comparison can also make you happier than last time because there's always someone that has it worse. Whenever I'm having a bad day, I'm thinking, my worst day is like your Christmas morning. And so why would I be disappointed? My horrible day, oh my goodness, I got a flat tire in my Ferrari Berlinetta. Do you know how many people would pay to be able to have the opportunity to drive a Ferrari and to get a flat tire? Oh, my bad day where I woke up in a mansion where my chef was cooking me breakfast. And so, oh my goodness, it was cold this morning. Who am I to say I had a bad day compared to people who are laying in a hospital bed wishing they could get up and go for a walk? LeanBeefPatty has millions of followers and millions of dollars, and she's physically fit. And so unless there's something that we are not aware of, how could she be complaining when so many people, 99% of the world, would wish and dream they could become a lean beef? Do you understand that the message of this video, aside from buying Turk Builder Max, of course you're going to buy Turk Builder Max, but the main message is to be thankful for what you have because it could get a lot worse. I don't care how bad it is right now. One of you out of the hundreds of thousands of people watching this probably got it real bad. There's people that got it real bad more than you. You got stage 3 cancer, somebody has stage 4. You had 1 heart attack, somebody had 2. Whatever is happening, be thankful that you're alive because someone else out there who is no longer alive would trade places with you in 1 second. Instead of complaining, be thankful, experience gratitude.